All right, Reggie. Your boy Suge Knight resurfaced online yesterday with a TMZ interview. And I wanted to see if I could play it for you and see if I could get your reaction to things. So if I'm playing it and you want me to like pause it for you to speak on something, just tell me and I'll pause it. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I'll try to explain it to people because I know he was doing a lot of rambling and talking, and people didn't know what the hell he was talking about. You'll understand that in about 2 or 3 weeks. But anyway, um, yeah, John, let's go ahead. Let's get started. Happy Wednesday to everybody.
Suge Knight, welcome back to TMZ Live.
What's up with y'all, man?
So listen, and number one, we really appreciate you calling. We should let people know that you are incarcerated now, so you may hear a prison voice,
Right.
kind of
From time to
monitoring.
time.
But look, what do you make
Hey
of the
Harvey, I think everybody know I'm in the penitentiary.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason the graphic that we're putting up shows you in his prison.
It's a
garb.
fair point,
Hey,
Shug.
But just in case, Shug, we just want
always
everyone
show,
to know.
It's a fair
y'all always
point.
show pictures. Y'all always show pictures of me in prison. Wow.
Okay,
So,
that's a
Hey,
fair point.
stop right there. Well, sure. You want them showing no old pictures of you. Because trust me, you don't want them showing you on a cane permanently. Always talk about me being in a wheelchair and all of that shit. Nigga, you on a cane. You're blind. And you have no teeth at the bottom. But you always talking about people. But anyway, that's how I throw my job for today. Well, let's go ahead back to the video.
That's a fair point. Orange is not your color necessarily. I got it.
no, it's not.
Okay.
So first thing I want to say is that, it's always a pleasure talking to you guys. But the thing is that Tupac has so much influence, and I'm always happy to have so many people who love him. My son Legend, him and his friends, that's their favorite rapper. And my son Legend now, he's a basketball player, but he want to be an artist and rapper because of Tupac.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
So when I spoke with his mother, by the way, is one of the greatest mothers around. Tori does a great job with my son. She said that's all he want to do is be a rapper.
Let's stop
And
right there. What happened to Miss Destiny, sure? What happened to Miss Jasmine, sure? You kissing Tori butt now? Yeah, I guess she got on you, huh? The phone calls, the the stuff that people were dropping. You had to get on there and kiss Tori ass right quick. But I know she the one that got the connection with TMZ because they got her to do almost a year and a half behind your ass. But let's go, shit. Let's go,
his
John.
daughter, sister, even says she loves him. So that says a lot. That makes me happy.
Yeah, no,
go
no
ahead.
doubt, no doubt. Tupac's influence is immense. So knowing that, and knowing that your son idolizes him, I would think that you're very interested in what happens in this trial.
Well, I'm interested in that it should really be a teaching moment. We've been through so much over the years, right? And not just, I mean, for his hip hop, for a black man, we go through a lot. And society goes through a lot, in society, period. If we can't learn from it and learn something about it and teach something, we're wasting our time. So I definitely always down for trying to make everybody get a better view of life.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's stop right there. Yeah, that all sound good. That all sound good. But if that's the case, then you bring your ass to court and tell what you saw or what you didn't see. You know, What's this? 61 years old. That's that game banger mentality of no snitching and all of that don't work, don't apply. You snitch it on everything else. Got on here talking about Snoop and the 380s and the 9mm gun and all that. If everybody really knew what the hell you was talking about, that's major snitching. You always subliminally snitching. What? That's what you want to say? Well, let's see how much snitching you be doing later on in this interview.
So, you know, the interesting thing about this case is that, you know, what the prosecution is saying is that the best witness for them is Keffe D, because he essentially confessed that he wrote a book. He's talked about this on podcasts. He's now kind of moonwalking back here and saying, well, I had a ghostwriter in the book. What do you make of that?
He's full of I look at it like this. It's not about picking on Keffe D, but at the same time, most of his situations, I know he did it to himself. I knew his lawyer. His lawyer was a friend of mine. And I knew about him having immunity and doing that deal a long time ago. But the crazy thing about it, for 30 years or so or more, it cost me my freedom. It cost me money. It cost me business deals. I paid a lot for the
That's
fact
all right
that
there.
from day
Okay, money and all of that, totally agree. That did cost you all of that. But your freedom? Nigga, you the one that was in the lobby. And allegedly, you know, and I kinda agree that you just threw a little bitch kick in. But that wasn't Keffe D's fault. So you the one that caused your own freedom. Sure. You the one that threw that little sneak kick in, trying to kick Orlando, trying to be fit in with the homies. And still, and man, I can't wait. I'm working on getting this footage. I got the exposure team working on pulling up the documents so everybody can see how in 96 your ass was a snitch. When you got on the stand, got and testified and pointed out all of the people that were doing the kicks by government names. I still don't know how those mob niggas let you get away with that. But back then I had your back and they knew they couldn't do shit to you. But I wonder how they feel about your bitch ass now. You always weaponizing Tupac against people. So that's the teaching moment that you wanted everybody to know? When you mad at them? Yeah. This person did it. When David Kenner, when you was mad at David Kenner did it, had a walkie-talkie. So you say. When you mad at Reggie and Charitha, they did it. When you mad at Snoop, they did it. Now you said Keffe D and them did it. You just use it as a weapon. It's like you be giving everybody, gave that young girl, Destiny, that song, that Tupac song, thinking that's gonna do something for her. That about 50 people you done gave to. The same little lyrics. I guess that's the only song you still got the reels to. But anyway, back to the video.
one, even though I got a bullet an inch into my skull, they always says I'm the one who had Tupac killed, which is far from the truth. Every
Let's
person
stop
who
right there.
participated,
I got to address this bullet shit. All right, y'all. Sure. You had a bullet in your head. Well, you didn't even know what it was. You used to call it a 9mm or something. Or 45. No, you said it was a 45 caliber. All right. Yeah, slugs, people don't know. But it's a 40 caliber that was supposedly that shot and killed Tupac by evidence of the shell casings that was recovered at the scene. What? Sure, come on, man. That was some fragment that grazed your head. You ain't got no bullet in your head. I done been with you where you done walk through metal detectors and everything. The doctors would have told you don't be taking your ass through no metal detectors or anything like that if you had a bullet in your head. Some type of metal in your head. No airport detector have never went off. All right, stop that lie, Suge.
In that they never brung up. But I believe in giving everybody the opportunity. I have a book coming out called Your Pain Is My Joy. It was coming out this month. When I found out that he wasn't been going to trial, I said, well, I'm not going to put the book out. I'll put it out in September because it'll be too much, for them to deal with. He deserves a fair shake. But I think what he should do, he already told everything. He already told on himself. He should deal with a situation where make it best for everybody. Put it in a
That's not right
situation
there,
where it's a
Suge.
lot of
So, Suge. No, that ain't why you stopped that book from coming out. You stopped that book out because you know I was going to sue your ass. And you heard me when I told you. Mention my name in there. My name. You can do all that subliminal lying and shit. I'm still going to sue you, even if it's one thing that I think you're trying to blame on me. But, and then you're going to really see how I get down. Because then if you think you're coming on in 2034, yeah. You don't think I know people to get that Biggie Small shit investigated? Yeah, okay. So play with me. Keep playing with me. Because your girl SKG telling people she got audio you talking about, yeah, I'm going to come to court. And I know this was about a year ago. I'm going to come to court because I'm going to make Reggie change spots with me. You don't think I knew about that and heard about that? So if you think you're going to put me in jail, you got some of your lying bullshit, I have no problem making sure you never see the streets. And you know I know the people to talk to. You know.
people who participated. Everybody. Put it in a situation where it's a lot of people who participated and a lot of people who they don't talk about. And I'm not here to say they should get punished because I don't believe in that. I don't believe in the revenge. I believe that my kindness comes from God. My strength comes from God. So I'm not on that page and saying they need to get punished, but it's sort of sad that every person has all dropped everything on Keffe D. When you look at it, he got immunity. So they can never charge him again.
That's not right there. They can't charge him again. He got immunity. Nigga, what the fuck you talking about? Nigga had a queen for a day, and he ain't got no motherfucking immunity. And if he have a hung jury this time, which means 10-2 or something like that, a jury that's mean that they couldn't get 12, they'll recharge again. So stop putting out information you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And it's called a queen for a day or a proffer agreement. If he had immunity, which he thought he probably had, he probably, he definitely couldn't be getting charged. But stop putting out bad information. Let's go.
But then he was in bed and dealing with a guy that knew if you do a book, he was on one podcast 7 times, another podcast 5 times, and he did a book.
So, Suge,
that destroyed his immunity.
Suge, I know you've told us over the years that you're not snitching, you're not naming any names, but it does sound like you were saying there were other people involved.
You said
beyond Keffe D.
many others.
And even though Keffe D is the guy standing trial, that there are many others involved?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say these guys' names, but everybody knows. One thing you got to realize, even in my book, that's why I pushed it back. It tells the details of certain things, but it's still no names involved. If that's all you got to look around and see the people, even people who got the fake death row. They've been talking and talking and talking and talking. All of a sudden, it get close to this situation with Keffe D, everybody's quiet. One thing I also want to say is that there was a girl I knew back in the day named SKG. She was black Asian, about 5'6", 115 pounds. Now somebody else saying they
Let's stop right there.
SKG.
Okay, so y'all won't get it mixed up. He talking about his baby mama, Stormy, Little Suge and Sosa Mama. That's who he's talking about. I don't know why he don't want to mention her name, but he's talking about Stormy, his baby mother. But now he's about to talk about the blow up doll. Y'all know who I call the blow up doll. And he the one gave her that name. And that's, y'all about to see how he's a liar. Yeah, that young lady, I ain't gonna call her a young lady because she's not a young lady. But that girl got a whole bunch of audio that she been posting on her page. Where you been on the phone. Y'all was talking about having the new death row or the new row and all of that shit. Now, because you want to lie to your new little girlfriend, well, you'll learn about that in a couple of days. Your ex runner, that's because that's probably what you really call her. Now that for some reason she don't want you, you denying it to her. Nigga, you know Alicia. And that's who you gave. You had me and Keita Rock give her the name SKG because you was mad because you knew your baby mama was you thought. I'm not even gonna put that on Stormy because I always liked Stormy. Stormy was a fun chick. She was always cool. But you thought Stormy was out there messing with Benzino and Shaq and Keyshawn Johnson. And so you was all hurt over that. And then you wanted to name Alicia SKG, but now you don't know her. Suge, I told you, you're throwing your subliminals at me for a faggot from New York that you ain't never met, that's over in Asia right now, riding on a scooter with men, riding on the back of a scooter with a man, smiling because he over there having a ball with little, and now you gonna listen to him and you gonna turn on Reggie Wright? Boy, oh boy. Okay, Toothless. Okay. Gumby. That's your new name, Gumby. Let's go.
115 pounds. Now somebody else saying they SKG. And they deal with a person that deals with Keffe D. They deal with a person who hated Tupac. All these people were saying the most horrible things about Tupac that you possibly can say about a man. And it was all lies. Now they want to act like they're going to report.
Yeah, good. Well, that's all right there. You the one that told that man everything about Tupac. That was your lie, Suge, that you told that man what you said happened in that prison. I swear to God, on my mama, strike her dead right now, that you wasn't the one that used to put that rumor out on Tupac before he came to death row. While you was going up there in the prison, and when you came home, I asked you how he doing, and you'll walk like he had something in his ass. That was your little joke. If you didn't used to play like that. Now I give you, once Tupac and you became cool, you put a cease to that. But you the one that started that rumor. You the one said what Miss Afeni addiction was. You told that nigga all of that stuff. That nigga was in the pen the whole time Tupac was out. You the one was telling him all that bitch shit, nigga. So stop it.
Man. And it was all lies. Now they want to act like they're going to report what's going on. But these guys is in Keffe D's camp who tried to bail him out and help him. I don't look for bad on him, but I don't look for good on him. It is what it is. But at the same time, I think it's an opportunity for him to clear the board.
Are you saying
He know the truth.
Are you saying that there's
Let's
someone?
stop. tell y'all right there, if that ain't big enough for y'all to say that Suge know the Keffe D has something to do with the murder of Tupac, I'm not saying he was the trigger man. Y'all have never heard me say that. If that don't bring shit home to y'all, I know it's hard to believe things that Suge say, but accompanied with Suge's statement and Keffe D statements and the evidence of gang banging activities, if that ain't enough for y'all to know that Keffe D did that bullshit, then okay. All right. I hope y'all be on my jury if I ever get in any trouble. But that right there should stop all of the clown talking about Keffe D didn't have nothing to do with it. And Suge, because Suge said he didn't. Y'all shouldn't say that no more. But I know y'all will. But thank God. And I heard something happen today in court. It's kind of concerning, y'all. I don't know. What y'all think? What if I told y'all that it looked like there's not going to be any blacks on the jury? Do y'all think that would be a good thing or a bad thing? I heard one black guy today, the last one, and I know it could have been somebody yesterday that was black that got sent to court for Thursday, but the guy today, he recused himself he said he didn't want to be involved in it. It's going to be interesting, but y'all tell me what y'all think. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for Keffe D? Let's go.
Either hired or sent Keffe D on this mission to kill Tupac?
You know, one of the things you got to realize, this was assassination. It wasn't over no chain. It wasn't over no colors. This was assassination. And they can do one who assassinated Kennedy and everybody can talk about it. But when it comes to Tupac, nobody really wants the truth because the fact that the truth would have set me free. The truth wouldn't have
Let's
caused
talk right
them,
there.
the same people.
Assassination. Why do we keep bringing everything back to him? Is that a narcissist or not, or what? How would that set you free? Nigga, you ran over somebody at a burger stand and you kicked a guy and was on joint suspension and probation, and you kicked somebody in a brawl. How assassination? Well, I guess you got a point, because and it wasn't no assassination, that was just some game banging retaliation shit. But I guess you might have a point. I know that's not what you're saying, but I'm just going deeper. Because, like I always said, if Tupac wouldn't have got shot that night, nobody would ever heard about that assault or that kick or whatever y'all want to call that beat down inside the MGM, because they didn't even know who Orlando Anderson was. No security guards, no police or anybody. I know y'all got people on YouTube talking about they would have found out. Man, they didn't care. Shit goes on in a hotel all day. It wasn't until the shooting happened when they went back and investigated and found out what happened and what led up to that. But I know y'all know better. Y'all know police work better than Reggie Wright. Let's go.
The truth would have set me free. The truth wouldn't have caused them, the same people who allowed them to allow me, it's the same people. You got to remember one thing, Harvey.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
What I like about you, Harvey, we got a lot in common. You started TMZ, you are TMZ. I ain't seen people over the years say, you know what? I'm going to start my own TMZ. You know what? I'm going to do some on my own. And they fail and they fail and they fail. That's like what people say about death row. Well, I'm gonna start my own death row. I'm gonna be death row, and they fail and they fail and they fail. That's why I with you, because we got a lot in common. But this
Let me stop right there. Let me clear this up because I'm tired of this nigga saying that. Y'all always tell me. Y'all always say death row was only successful up until 96. That's what year Dre left. In 96. So, okay, y'all don't want to give me credit for 97 to 2002. Okay, I'll give it to Suge. But definitely from 2002 to 2006, what in the fuck did Suge Knight do for Death Row? What did he do in life? So when the fuck has he been successful by himself? When has he been successful in anything by himself? Let's call a baller, strike a motherfucking strike. Tell me one thing successful that he did when he didn't have any partners. I'll wait. Let's go, John.
When it's all said and done, this really, all this stuff, constantly destroying hip hop. Hip hop is one of the most influenced art that you can think of. And even today, you got guys still paying for stuff that they have no reason to get a fair shake. Socks goes out to Lil Durk. Sock goes out to the other little young guy who's real, Pooh Shiesty, even NBA guy. It's on us to lay our truth down to help the people behind us. We so caught up in look at me, look at me, look at me. We got to figure out how to fix this. Only way we can fix this is by putting everything on the table.
So, you know, Suge, I have talked to you. I have talked to you over the years about this, and there's something I don't understand because you just said a few minutes ago.
You know what? Let's stop.
that
Let me stop
you
before
are
we get
not
into that. Because I agree with Harvey, what he about to ask. But that shit, you know, he named Pooh Shiesty the dumbest criminal in America. Little Dirt. Number 3. Of course, Keffe D is number 2. Number 3. And then NBA Youngboy. Well, yeah, he's a snitch. Y'all better be careful for that nigga. But so why is he naming all the other successful people out there like Kendrick and Drake and all of them? But he always naming the ones that got shady backgrounds that do stupid shit like him. It's interesting. Interesting. Where that mind goes. Let's go.
Because you just said a few minutes ago that you are not into revenge. That's why you're not going to talk. But Tupac was a close friend of yours. And isn't there a difference between revenge and justice? That you said earlier that Keffe D is full of and that you were kind of scoffing at him. So do you feel like there should be, I guess, what I call justice in the system where he's convicted and maybe others come forward and are convicted as well? Or do you think this should all be shut down?
Well, I think it's no justice from a man come from the inner cities in the courts. I think it's all revenge. So we never get justice. So when you really look at it,
You have 60 seconds remaining.
you just had it on your show, a white woman stabs a black man to death and kills him, and they get 3 or 4 years. People had guns, and they had tests to prove they was trying to kill me. It was a hit, and someone dies, and look how much time I got.
Seems like Suge was watching yesterday. He made the reference to Courtney Clenny.
Yeah.
Getting out.
All right, we get into there, John. You know what? I don't know. I hate that we as black people always blaming the judicial system or the law enforcement on everything that's negative that happened in our communities and stuff. Yeah, there's some bad things. There's some unjust things. Definitely, the situation we're dealing with right now in Mississippi with that young man. Yeah, so there are things that happen, but everything is not other people or people that don't live in the ghettos' fault. Bad things happen in the ghetto by people that live in the ghettos. I mean, 95% of the shit that happens to people in ghettos happen at the hands of people that were in the ghetto. So we got to get off that. But I know I'm preaching to the wrong crowd for that because I think that takes some little getting older to understand that we got to stop blaming white folks for everything. Bomb first, bomb first. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all for coming in. Did y'all notice we didn't advertise Morgan and Morgan today? We decided to give y'all a break because a lot of people were complaining. But y'all going, if y'all want to sign up or something, go in our comment sections, previous videos, and sign up. Peace.